Hey chat, how are you? Sighs emotionally. So I have come to the conclusion that there are three types of writing when you're at work. The first one, email. It's very formal. It's almost stuffy even. It's like when you were a kid and your mom's friend came over and you would you had the way that you would talk to your friends and then the way you would talk to your parents, but when mom's friend came over it was time to impress him or her, and so you would walk into the living room or on the way to the kitchen and see mom's friend there sitting on the couch, and mom and her would be yapping, and you would say, "Oh, hello, mom's friend. I was just reading Shakespeare. I'm just taking a little bit of a break from studying neuroscience. And then this afternoon, I'll be off to the homeless shelter to feed hungry children. How are you this fine day?" And your mom would be like, "Yes, I raised my baby right." So that's email. The second type of communication is leaving notes in a piece of software like an Oracle database or SAP. I do all caps because it's just correct capitalization at work. It's hard. It really is. Reaching for the shift key is asking a lot. And you're not just reaching for the shift key, okay? If you want to start a sentence, you have to reach for the shift key. You have to press the shift key. You have to hold down the shift key. You have to continue holding down the shift key. That's with one hand. And then you take an entire another hand to hit a letter button, a key, the G button, for instance. So you got two things going on at once. And then you press the G button, and then you release the G button, and then you go back to your other hand, and you lift your finger off the shift key, you release the shift key. I just go all caps, okay? And yes, when I go back there and if I have to read my own notes for whatever reason, I'm like, why am I screaming? I hate myself, but I think that all the time. So all caps, it's just, and it's internal. It's not going to go out to an external customer or vendor or someone outside of your business, your company. And if you and your crew are super close and super tight, you're like, okay, I know this person isn't going to be screaming all the time. I know this person isn't yelling, but I don't like it. But it just makes life easier when leaving notes in a piece of software. And now there's Microsoft Teams, which is chat. Slack is another variation, but we use Microsoft Teams. And that's the third way of writing, communicating, typing at work. MSFT Teams is chill. It's low key. We're just hanging, man. We're chilling. Okay. You've heard of the Associated Press style book. Well, this is the AOL Instant Messenger style book. You're just like, whatever, man. Let's keep it cash. And let's just chill. There's no capitalization. Grammar, yeah, you could grammar this, grammar that. But you can joke. Also, you can joke with bad grammar. And it's fun. It's a good time. But some people get a little too relaxed in MSFT Teams. MSFT is Microsoft's ticker symbol on the New York Stock Exchange. Okay. But some people are too cash in Teams. And I'm like, GTFO with your reactions. Like, you heart this, and you like this statement, and you love that statement. And all I said was, yeah, I'll take care of XYZ. And you're liking it, you're loving it, you're thumbs upping it, you're hearting it. What the hell, dude? Get the hell out of here with your dancing emojis and your Jonah Hill animated GIFs. The other day, a female coworker and I are yapping it up in Teams. And I'm like, we have a issue, a situation, whatever, typical work thing. And I'm like, oh, let's do this and that, and that'll fix the problem, and we'll get it handled. I'll get it handled. And she responds with my idea, solution to fix the problem with a hand. And I'm like, what? Okay. So I hover my cursor over this yellow hand, and a little dialogue box pops up, and it says, raised back of hand with no skin tone. And I was like, what the hell kind of emoji is that? Like the back, you're raising the back of your hand with no skin tone. Is she giving me a backwards high five? Like, I don't want to touch palms. Well, you know what? Maybe she's a germaphobe. Maybe she's hygienic, and I can appreciate that. You know what? It's a fist bump. It's a fist bump with the back of your hand. You know what? I don't think it's so bad now that I think about it. Sharon, use your emojis at work with caution, kids. I like emoticons. I still drop emoticons in email because it's fun, and the tone is clear. The tone is clear. You know exactly what you're doing. Hopefully they know you on some level, so they know me. I'm a fun, lighthearted, handsome guy who lifts. I'm really strong. But I do emoticons. But as far as emojis in email or Teams, I can't do that. We're at work. This is a place of business. Okay. Let's all try to be serious on some level. Yes, we work with people almost as much time as we spend with our families, but in the end, we're here to do a job. We're here to get work done, and let's all simmer down and just try to focus on the job at hand. Suddenly I sound like Stalin or something. Alrighty, well, I'm done. Take care. Brush your hair. Peace out. See ya. Gotta go late. I'm outie 5000 G Money. Peace.
And oop.
Hey, chat. How are you? Wistfully sighs. I'm back to tell you about. Recently, I had some car problems. My front brakes and rotors were malfunctioning, and I heard it for a couple days. That whenever I'm driving around, especially when I turned, or when I was driving slow, it was very noticeable. You hear like a metal rubbing against each other, like a grinding sound. So I did what every real red-blooded heterosexual American man would do. I rolled up my windows and I turned the volume all the way up on Philip Bailey and Phil Collins' smash hit Easy Lover. Okay, she's the kind of girl you dream of. Bump, 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 dreaming of. Keep hold of. Better forget. You'll never get. And then after a couple days of ignoring it, enter the woman. Enter stage right Carolyn Nicholas, my sparkling wifey. She's like, what's that sound? I'm like, oh. Do you need me to turn up Philip Bailey and Phil Collins' smash hit Easy Lover some more? Honey! And she's like, that worries me. You should get it checked out. And I said, it's just, okay, honey. I will do as you say. And I salute her as I leave the room. So I took it down to Fid's Smog and Tune, reputable West Sacramento car repair institution. And he gets back to me and says, yeah, you need new front brakes and rotors. Total will be $477.13. And I thought, that's a really precise number. Like, where the hell did you get that figure? But whatever. Hung up the phone. I said, okay, do it. hung up the phone. Right when I hung up the phone, I just said, I should have negotiated. How about 425? How about 450? How about a little back and forth, okay? A la Pawn Stars. But I choked in the moment. I didn't do it. It was an all-day thing. They had my car. Went there, paid with the exact change in cash, because that was the cash price. And then if you pay with credit card, it's a 3% surcharge. Go to work the next day, and I see my buddy, my best buddy, the only friend Carolyn lets me have, Mr. Powell, and who has car acumen. He's good with the vehicles. He does a lot of work on his own cars. He has 3 cars. And I see Mr. Powell, and I tell him the pillaging my wallet took the previous day. And he said, I would have done it. I would have taken care of your car and done it with love, because I know you and your family are using that vehicle. And I said, well, okay, I guess. And then he went on Amazon. He found my parts, a front brake and rotor, $140. And I said, wow, that's easily over $300 savings. And the Amazon part wasn't name brand, and love and trust, but that's how it goes on Amazon. It's the same thing, or practically the same thing, or nothing like the same thing. That's the risk you take when you get in bed with Jeff Bezos. Am I right, Lauren Sanchez? So I was like, oh, you could have done it. How long would it have taken? And he said, probably I would have been done by the time I was on my 4th IPA. And I was like, wait, what? You're going to drink while you work on my vehicle? And he said, yeah, that's what I usually do. I turn up the music, the classic rock. Sometimes it's 80s. And I drink pound a couple IPAs while I'm hanging out in the garage for a few hours. And I thought, would I let my mechanic drink beer while operating my vehicle, while resuscitating my vehicle, to save $300? And I went back and forth in my head for the next issue I have with my car, or Carolyn's car. And I thought, well, if something goes wrong, or the parts break, or if something isn't installed correctly, not that I would ever question Mr. Powell's mechanical acumen, his IQ. But if something goes wrong, then as opposed to Fid, who has a business and a business license, and some government regulation or whatever, some overseeing board, right? It would completely tank our friendship, and I adore him. I cherish Mr. Powell, although he did nearly make me eat a dead chicken fetus, but let's not bring that up. That's neither here nor there. So I was like, I guess it's worth $300 to save my friendship with Mr. Powell. By the way, when I dropped my car off at Fid's, 2.2 miles away from our condominium, and I thought, I'm walking home, bro. And I did, and it took forever, and it was hot, but I still did it. Alrighty, I'm really leaving now. Late.